You were also on Community, which was a great show. I enjoyed watching that. And obviously, then you're acting on that one, not hosting. So, did you have a good experience with that?
Yeah, that was. I mean, I had I also on something where I had done a couple pilots for different networks that didn't, while I was doing the soup, that didn't go. So I kind of learned, all right, didn't work. Even though I thought some of those things were really good. And then Community came along, and I knew the script was so good, and I knew that it was going to be, I was like, no matter what, I know this pilot's going to be funny, no matter if we get picked up or not, who knows? And we did. And, thank God. And it became this we didn't know the show was really popular until we went. Like, and NBC was always like, all right, we'll pick it up again because something else didn't work.
Right.
And we went through like 4 different presidents. But when it was like a year later when we went to Comic-Con, the room was, like packed. And like there was the first day, like 6,000 people showed up to our little forum. I was like, oh, well, look at this. And then next year was in Hall H or whatever, the big one. And I was like, this is nuts. And people, I mean, there's nothing better than a professional wrestling crowd. And,
right.
And I was like, oh, people have tattoos of us on their arms? What's happening? And so it all worked out. Too bad for Donald Glover. His career tanked, but, oh, that's right. It's gone all right. Congrats. But yeah, he was one of those. It was lightning in a bottle because it was Dan Harmon who did Rick and Morty, and the Russo brothers who did all the Marvel movies, and then we got this cast got put together that I was like, oh, everyone's great. Chevy's crazy, but everyone's great.
Yeah, I was going to ask how was it working with Chevy Chase?
Chevy, I've talked a lot about him, and he's a very specific performer. Obviously one of the biggest stars on the planet. And he would say that, like the hours are too long and he didn't really want to be there, which is tough because we really pulled long fucking hours. And I've talked a lot, but he could be pretty abrasive. I mean, it's no secret, but he could be no fun. And, but then sometimes, like if you watch his performance, he's fucking hilarious. So, he was, he got to say some of the funniest lines on the show, but not Ken Jeong. He is not funny.
No,
you hear that, Ken?
Yeah.
Can you hear that? That's right,
yeah.
Ken.
Not a nice guy either.
No, not at all. And did he guess who you were on the Masked Singer?
No, he didn't have a clue. And that show is so weird too, because you don't see anybody by design. So you're literally by yourself. And when you walk anywhere, you have to wear a mask and stuff. So I didn't get to say hi to him because you don't see the judges or anything. So yeah, when I got a mask, I had to say, hey kid, but I love this kind of the legend of Chevy Chase, like you were mentioning, because he does have such an abrasive, like the grumpy guy, but still funny. Like I could just imagine, like you said, working on a set with him that way. It might be kind of hard if he's extra grumpy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you never knew what you're gonna get. I think he would, and I think he would agree. I don't think he would be like, yeah, all right, well, fuck you.